Okay guys, so due to my overly ambitious plans for this bunker, I've got a whole lot of stone that I need to cut, and I'm trying to figure out easier ways of doing it without getting too expensive. Like, I cut these 3 stones. Each one of them took me, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours between finding the stone, cutting the chunks I need with the tools that I have. It just not going very quickly. And if I want to get this thing done before I die, I need to figure out ways to move a little faster. I don't want to put down raw stone. I do want them cut at least this, I want them to match up well. I don't want an abundance of mortar in between them. So yeah, I need to figure out how to cut stone. This is just a small fraction of the stone that I'll be cutting for this. So what I'm doing is I bought a miter saw and a 12-incher, and I'm going to try to make it a wet cut saw. So the blade I got can do dry or wet, but it's gonna last and hold up a lot better if I can go wet. I picked this design because the motor's off to the side, and so any spray that comes from the wheel spinning should go out underneath, or spray up against the backs. Most of the water's gonna come down. So yeah, and then it's a M18, so it will be out here with me where I don't have a lot of power, unless I want to run my generator all the time, which I definitely don't. So anyway, I guess let's try to figure out if I can make this work. All right, there she is out of the box with all the little bits and pieces assembled onto it. Let's see how she does here. All right, no blade in there yet. I want to do the stuff I got to do first. So what I'm thinking here is I'm gonna either get some, maybe I'll put something right here, drill a hole in there, and put a little 1/4-inch tube or something in there. I kind of was thinking to put it in the sides, on both sides, but I'm a little bit concerned that it'd be a little bit wider. It's pretty small in there. It might be best just to go in from the top. Anyway, I want to get a tube somewhere around here, in here or there, whatever. Go run it down the back here into a hose that I can turn on and off. And yeah, so let's explore this possibility. Okay, so I've got the whole thing put together now. Got it pretty much stabilized on this nice solid chunk of sandstone. So I ended up putting the blade in it, and so yeah, that all works. And I just want to point out that I put this all together without looking at any instructions, which brings my man ranking up about 10 points. I'm now sitting around 95% pure man. Remember, kids, if you need instructions, you're less manly. Okay, so here I am 2 days later. Life caught up with me. I had to go get some parts anyway. So I wanted to get some little straps like this. So I'm going to attach them somewhere up here to hold the hose. And then I got some pop rivets from my shop. I got some 90-degree squirty thingers. And show you what I've got here. So I assembled this. Water's gonna come in here, go up through there, and come out on both sides of the blade. So it's gonna be nice and cooled and lubricated on both sides of the blade. This is gonna go up around here, drape down behind here, behind the battery, and come out here to the feed. Had to remove the safety shroud. No big deal, I don't think. For eyeballing that, I don't think it could get much more perfect than that. I mean, that's got to up my man score to 96 at least.
Bond. James Bond.
Sorry guys, I didn't get the final pop rivet in the video. I needed 2 hands to position it. So now you can see I've got it aimed at the blade's edge pretty much. So hopefully this is gonna work. Let me get the safety shroud back on there and hook up the water and see what we got. I just had a dog show up out of nowhere, chasing a rabbit. Hey dog. Doesn't care about me at all. He's after that rabbit. Where'd he go? There he is. Hey, get out of here. Get. Go home. I love dogs. Okay, I've got it hooked up here. So, going down through there to here. This is probably gonna leak a little bit. I don't have any pipe thread on it. I'm probably gonna get some air because this is a brand new hose I just put on my water tank. So anyway, I'm gonna flip the switch, see what happens. Nothing so far. Like I said, probably a lot of air in the line. Let's give it some time to breathe, see what happens. It's a 100-foot hose, so it's gonna take some time for the air to get out of there. Or I could suck on the end of it. I don't know, that'd probably take my man score down about a point or 2. Okay, so I had to change a few things up here. As you can see, I sucked on it and now it's coming, but that's gonna give me a deficit of probably 3 points on the man card, so now I'm down to 92. But we have water, so let's see if it works. Come on. Any minute now. Oh, by the way, as you can see, I removed the safety guard because as I was putting it on, I mean, I barely had any clearance and I bent this out. And it's hard to get in without drilling out my pop rivet and bending it back. So for now, I'm not gonna have a safety on there. Just to see if it works, I'll make it fit in there. In case you're wondering why it's not coming out, it's because I don't have, well, there it goes, just started coming out. I don't have water pressure. Everything's gravity feed for me. It will get better than this. My tank is low right now, and also it's just not a lot of pressure built up. Maybe somebody can tell me out there, whenever I put a new hose on it or if it gets an air bubble in it, it just kind of gets clogged up. I gotta take everything off the end, let it really flow for a little bit before the pressure builds. What's that called? Now it looks like it's gonna give me some out of one side but not the other. I guess if that's what ends up happening, whatever, at least it works on one side. We'll see once the pressure builds a little bit. Actually, let's see how wet everything gets here. Nice, so with the low water pressure, okay, and it's coming out of both sides now, but the the air from the blade actually blows it away. I'm going to need to get that safety on there, and hopefully the pressure grows to a point where it won't do that. All right, well, I got the safety shroud back on there. It still is a little wedged. You can hear it sliding against these pieces there, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. I've tried to squeeze them in a little bit. I don't have the right tools for it right now. Maybe if I got a big pair of channel locks, I could squeeze it a little bit harder. And I mean, they're just barely touching. For now, I'm gonna leave it. And if I never get around to it, it'll probably wear a groove in there and be fine. I also added a pop rivet with some brackets right there just to hold these in place better and makes it look a lot cleaner. But essentially, here's what we got. Turn on the water. Give it a second. And then we got a wet saw. Still working on that water pressure, but I think it'll be good. Better than a dry saw, that's for sure. I honestly don't know if I can set my phone up here to cut something for you guys, but I'm gonna try. Apparently not. This seems terribly dangerous, so let's go for it. Yeah, not super safe. Okay, the water pressure really needs to be better, but given the fact that I have no pump behind it, there's not much I can do about it at this point if it doesn't get better. The tank's low too. Once I fill up the tank, it's a 350-gallon tank. I probably got like 50 gallons left in it, so once I fill up the tank, the pressure will probably be a lot better. But it's a wet and dry blade, so I guess it is what it is at this point until I get a pump. But at any rate, that's it. That's the completed Jimmy rigged, completely Jimmy rigged wet saw. And yeah, I'm sure I'll make tweaks to it as time goes on, but that's how to do it. Just put a pump behind it for you guys. Take it easy. Don't forget to subscribe.